Ever heard about Sigma males? No, they're not a fraternity. They're the lone wolves of the male personality types. Welcome to the fascinating world of the Sigma male, a category that might not be as well known as its alpha and beta counterparts, but is equally intriguing. Sigma males are the enigmatic introverts of the male personality spectrum, preferring solitude over societal norms and marching to the beat of their own drum. They're like the Batman of personality types, mysteriously keeping to themselves, yet always ready to save the day. Now you might be wondering why the term Sigma. Well, in the Greek alphabet, Sigma is the 18th letter, and 8 is known for its balance and harmony. Similarly, Sigma males balance their inner and outer worlds, their solitude, and their social interactions with a unique harmony. But don't confuse their preference for solitude as shyness or lack of confidence. Quite the contrary, Sigma males are self-sufficient and confident. They embrace their individuality and don't feel pressured to conform to societal standards. Instead of chasing popularity, they seek knowledge and personal growth. They're like Sherlock Holmes, using their keen observation skills to understand the world around them, while keeping their thoughts and feelings closely guarded. Just like Batman and Sherlock Holmes, Sigma males are often misunderstood. They might be seen as aloof or standoffish because they don't actively seek out social interactions. But let's be honest, Batman doesn't need to be the life of the party to be cool, does he? And Sherlock Holmes doesn't need to be a social butterfly to be brilliant, right? Sigma males, too, have their unique charm and brilliance. So if you've ever found yourself preferring a quiet night in with a good book over a loud party, or if you've ever felt like you march to the beat of your own drum, or if you've ever felt like Batman at a party, you might just be a Sigma male. But don't worry, we're here to unravel the enigma of Sigma males together. So if you've ever felt like Batman at a party, you might just be a Sigma male. Now, let's delve into the mysterious world of Sigma males. It's like a detective novel, but with more psychology and fewer dead bodies. Sigma males are fascinating creatures, aren't they? They have this enigmatic aura that's hard to pin down, much like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. The first, and perhaps most defining trait of a Sigma male, is their introversion. They're like the human equivalent of a turtle. They thrive in their own shells, often preferring their own company to that of others. They prefer quiet contemplation over loud social gatherings, much like a monk in a techno party. Then there's their self-reliance. Sigma males are like cats that way. They can take care of themselves, thank you very much. They don't need to be fed, they don't need to be petted, and they certainly don't need to be told when to sleep. They have their own routines, their own rules, and they stick to them with the tenacity of a dog with a bone. A Sigma male's self-reliance is like the North Star, constant, unwavering, and always guiding them. Independence is another significant trait of Sigma males. They value their freedom like a bird values the open sky. They don't like being caged in by societal expectations or norms. They march to the beat of their own drum, even if that drum is playing a completely different tune from everyone else's. To a Sigma male, independence isn't just a trait, it's a way of life. It's like being a lone wolf in a world full of sheep. Lastly, Sigma males have a complete disregard for the social hierarchy. They don't care about being the alpha or the beta. They don't care about being the king or the peasant. They're like honey badgers in that way. They simply couldn't care less. They know their worth, and they don't need a title or a position to validate it. They're not interested in playing the Game of Thrones. They'd much rather create their own game. So, there you have it. The key traits of Sigma males: introversion, self-reliance, independence, and a disregard for social hierarchy. They're like a puzzle that's fascinating to piece together, but just when you think you've figured them out, they change the picture. Sigma males aren't for everyone. They can be challenging to understand, and even more challenging to keep up with. But once you get to know them, once you start to understand their intricacies and complexities, you'll find that there's a lot more to them than meets the eye. In other words, a Sigma male is like a cat who couldn't care less about the dog's backyard. Being a Sigma male isn't all brooding and Batmaning around. it comes with its own set of challenges. Now, let's dive into what those challenges might be. First off, the feelings of isolation. As Sigma males, they're often the lone wolves, the solitary thinkers. They revel in their alone time, but it's a double-edged sword. The solitude that fuels their creativity may also breed feelings of loneliness and disconnect from society. Now, imagine being the only person in the room who gets the ending of Inception. That's what it's like being a Sigma male, constantly misunderstood. They tend to think outside the box, which can lead to a lot of head-scratching from those around them. They're like walking, talking Rubik's Cubes. Fascinating, yet perplexing. This misunderstanding extends to their relationships. Sigma males aren't the most socially adept. Their introverted nature and unconventional thinking can make it challenging to form deep connections. It's like trying to make a puzzle piece fit where it doesn't belong. They're not the life of the party. They're the ones quietly observing from the corner, figuring out the best escape route. And let's not forget the pressure of societal expectations. Sigma males don't conform to the traditional alpha-beta social hierarchy. They're the wild cards, the ones who march to the beat of their own drum, but going against the grain isn't always easy. It's like swimming upstream. It takes a lot of strength and determination. And finally, there's the challenge of self-acceptance. Sigma males are aware they're different, and embracing that can be a journey. It's like being left-handed in a right-handed world. It takes time to realize that being different isn't a bad thing. It's just, well, different. So, despite their Batman-like mystique, Sigma males do have their kryptonite. But remember, every challenge they face, every hurdle they overcome, only adds to their enigmatic charm. After all, without a little struggle, life would be a whole lot less interesting, wouldn't it? Navigating the world as a Sigma male is like playing life on hard mode, but with no cheat codes. Imagine the Sigma male as a lone wolf, navigating through the wilderness of life with a map and compass of his own making. This isn't a journey for the faint-hearted. It's a journey of self-reliance, resilience, and the ability to think independently. Let's start with how Sigma males approach life. Their view is like that of a panoramic lens, wide and all-encompassing. They are the silent observers, the ones who take a step back to see the bigger picture before making their move. It's like they're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. In the world of work, Sigma males are the ninjas of the corporate jungle. They're the ones blending into the background, silently getting the job done while others are busy making noise. They're the ones who don't seek recognition, but are content to see the fruits of their labor in the success of the end product. Think of them as the invisible gears in a well-oiled machine, often overlooked, but absolutely essential. When it comes to relationships, Sigma males are a paradox. They value deep, meaningful connections, yet they also cherish their solitude. Their idea of a perfect date might be a quiet evening at home, discussing philosophy or sharing a favorite book. It's not that they're antisocial, it's just that they prefer quality over quantity. And yes, they can be as stubborn as a mule when it comes to their independence, but isn't there something endearing about a person who knows their own mind? But what makes Sigma males truly stand out is their resilience. They have this uncanny ability to bounce back from setbacks, like a boxer who keeps getting up no matter how many times he's knocked down. They have an internal compass that keeps them steady, a resilience born out of a deep sense of self. It's like they have an inner well of strength that never runs dry. Now, Sigma males are not without their flaws. Their tendency to be loners can sometimes come across as aloof or detached, and their independent thinking, while a strength, can also make them seem stubborn or unyielding. But just like a stubborn mule, they're not being difficult for the sake of being difficult. They simply have a strong sense of what's right for them, and they're not afraid to stand their ground. So navigating the world as a Sigma male isn't always easy. It's a journey of introspection, resilience, and self-reliance. It's about being comfortable with standing alone, yet also recognizing the value of meaningful connections. It's about being the ninja in a world full of samurais, the wolf in a world full of sheep. So, Sigma males might be the ninjas of the social world, but even ninjas need a break sometimes. There are more myths about Sigma males than there are about the Loch Ness Monster. Let's bust some of them, shall we? First up, the brooding loner stereotype. You've seen it in movies, a man sitting in the corner of a bar, nursing his drink, eyes darting around the room. That's supposed to be a Sigma male. But let's be real, everyone has their contemplative moments, and Sigma males aren't always brooding. They're just introspective, deep thinkers who like to observe before they act. So, no, they're not auditioning for the next noir film, they're just being themselves. Next, there's the myth that Sigma males hate people. That's like saying cats hate mice. Sure, they might not want to play with them all day, but that doesn't mean they hate them. Sigma males are independent and self-reliant. They prefer their own company over others, but that doesn't mean they despise human interaction. They simply value meaningful relationships over superficial ones. So, if a Sigma male is spending time with you, consider yourself special. And then there's the misconception that all Sigma males are secret superheroes, skulking around in bat caves. Now, wouldn't that be something? But let's get real. While Sigma males are self-sufficient, they're not necessarily martial arts experts with a penchant for vigilante justice. They appreciate their solitude and independence, but that doesn't mean they're out there fighting crime by night. Unless, of course, binge-watching crime dramas counts. Lastly, there's the myth that Sigma males are emotionless. Just because they don't wear their hearts on their sleeves doesn't mean they're devoid of feelings. They have a rich emotional world, they just choose to express it differently. They might not burst into tears at a sad movie, but that doesn't mean they're not moved. So, the next time someone tells you Sigma males are just Batman wannabes, you can tell them, well, they don't all have a Batmobile. Now that we've busted the myths, let's talk about the reality of being a Sigma male. Spoiler alert, it's not all black capes and bat signals. Being a Sigma male is a complex interplay of traits, an enigma wrapped in a riddle, served with a side of mystery. Let's revisit some of the key points we've covered, and remember, balance is key. Sigma males are introverted, independent, and self-reliant. They march to the beat of their own drum, often choosing solitude over socializing. But don't mistake their silence for weakness or their solitude for loneliness. They're simply comfortable in their own company. They're also adaptable, able to navigate any situation with grace and aplomb. Sigma males are like chameleons, blending seamlessly into their surroundings. But remember, this doesn't mean they're trying to hide or escape. They're just observing, analyzing, and strategizing. Sigma males are also incredibly self-aware. They know their strengths, weaknesses, and boundaries. They're not afraid to say no, and they don't feel the need to explain themselves. But this self-awareness doesn't mean they're self-absorbed. They're just, well, self-aware. However, being a Sigma male isn't all secret handshakes and decoder rings. There are challenges too. They often struggle to form deep connections due to their preference for solitude. They might also get misunderstood as aloof or standoffish. And let's not forget the pressure of constantly being the mysterious one. I mean, how many dark and stormy nights can one person brood through? But despite these challenges, Sigma males have a unique way of navigating the world. They rely on their intuition, their analytical skills, and their ability to adapt. They're not swayed by societal norms or peer pressure. They're like sailboats, charting their own course, relying on their own inner compass. And while we're on the subject, let's address the Batmobile in the room. Yes, the life of a Sigma male might seem like a superhero movie, full of mystery, intrigue, and lone wolf heroics. But the reality is much less cinematic. There's no Batmobile, no bat signal, no secret lair. The life of a Sigma male is less about being Batman and more about being, well, a man. A man who is comfortable with himself, who values his independence, and who isn't afraid to go against the grain. So, even if the Sigma life isn't all superhero capes and Batmobiles, it's still pretty cool, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to be self-reliant, adaptable, and self-aware? And who knows? Maybe there's a little bit of Sigma in all of us. So, there you have it. The life of a Sigma male, less Batman, more man. But hey, who wouldn't want a Batmobile